Alright, I'm back with the Destiny 2 video. Videos have been a little light lately. I've been dealing with some health stuff, but I heard there was a TWAB that has actual things in it this week as opposed to nothing last week, so I figured I would go through it. I haven't read it yet. Did I miss it by like an hour? I'm not sure. Alright, so we have a few things in here, including one that is really interesting. We'll start with the PvP Strike Team update. State of the Crucible. Hello everyone, it's the PvP Strike Team here with our pre-805 check-in. We have a bunch of stuff we want to talk about for today. If you are short on time and just want the high-level bullets, here's a quick summary of the changes we'll be covering today. I am probably just going to do the high-level bullets for this, and my PvP friends can do the whole thing, but to get a general sense of this, changes coming in 805. 6v6 map weighting, increasing the weighting of popular maps, decreasing the weighting of unpopular maps. Genius. Improve lobby balancing, move to our second variant of Snake Draft, which improves systems for dealing with fire teams. Update quitter systems. The system should be more lenient for players who rarely quit or get disconnected, but much more restrictive for habitual quitters. Sandbox balance, PvP nerfs to Threaded Spectre and Swarm Grenades, which is not the most surprising. Trials of Osiris. Passage of Persistence update for trios. While any 3-person fire team losses will not remove a win from this passage. Competitive. Clash is reducing the score to win to bring match times closer to our 8-minute target. Collision has improving spawn logic. An Iron Banner. They are temporarily removing tribute for additional improvements, looking to address things like semi-random bank locations and kills not providing points. Alright, then they're going really deep into this stuff. Yeah. I know there's a whole thing about special ammo economy. Man, no, they really did go into detail here. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. The exotic class item drop tuning updates. We've all been talking about this for a while, that to get the role you're looking for is close to mathematically impossible or requires just insane amounts of luck and grinding time in a way that is deeply unfun given your options. So let's see what they're changing. I have not read this yet, so it's the first time I'm hearing about it. The Final Shape introduced new exotic class items that can roll with some awesome perk combinations that enhance your prismatic builds. This has made them a highly sought after reward, and we've seen feedback from players that it's currently difficult to get enough drops to target the rolls you want. To address this, we're currently targeting the following changes for early August. Increasing chances for drops when opening overthrow chests. As you open chests tied to overthrow activities, your chances will increase. Higher tier chests give bigger increases to drop chances. This should decrease the amount of time it takes on average to get an exotic class item, but we'll be watching the feedback and tuning further if necessary. Reducing chances from unrelated pale heart chests in free roam to encourage overthrow participation. Okay, just a sec. Increased chance stored up from overthrow chests apply to lost sectors and co-op missions that take place in the pale heart. Additionally, we're adding a weekly challenge to Dual Destiny. Players will be able to earn one additional exotic class item when completing this activity per week per character. Subsequent completions will function normally. We are also aware of player feedback concerning the desire for these exotics to come from more activities outside the Pale Heart. Many thanks to all who've been giving feedback, and we'll continue to monitor after the above changes go live. Okay, so it really depends what kind of numbers we're talking about here. So they're increasing chests from overthrow, and then it's a bad luck system. I was told there was a bad luck system in place, which is why you were getting, essentially an automatic drop after kind of a maximum number of chests with the, higher progression towards the luck threshold for higher tier chests. But, it was still where you could get it from the world chest just if you just did sheer persistence and did a bunch of runs of those, but they are nerfing those. And so that means chest runs are going to be even less efficient than before. I assume this is to deal with the macro issue where people are setting up macros to just pull item after item after item from chests. If you make this tied to overthrow, you really got to buff those chances, man. And the fact that they're only changing the actual co-op mission to get one bounty to get one extra class item a week implies to me that overthrow is not exactly going to be drowning us in class items. At baseline, I think they should have started just doing 2 per run of those. Like everyone liked that when it was, the glitch, quote unquote, that you could do, and now it's just one extra one a week for a challenge per character? No. There's too many combinations here. It's like you can't just like slightly bump these chances and give one per week a character for the mission and then nerf the chest farm and then maybe the overthrow buff will be significant, but judging by these other changes, I would not imagine it's where it needs to be. It's there's so many combinations of this that there's no way to target farm. They're not adding a specific way to target farm here. There's no crafting or focusing. There's no knockout thing. There's no, getting a perk and then adding it to the ability to put it on another one. Like there's been all these different player suggestions of how to do this, and just this does not seem like it's going to be near enough. And I don't know if I really care to run more overthrow just for this if the chances are not going to be kind of significantly increased. I mean, I'll try it. I'll see if that's actually true, but this farm was just so deeply exhausting that I eventually just gave up on getting the exact 2 perks I wanted because the odds of that are not good. I also think it's problematic that there are so many combinations because you're deleting the bad ones, but I'm always concerned that they're going to be like, okay, well, this perk, we didn't give enough juice to this perk on the exotic class item, so we're going to buff it. It's like, well, I dismantled that, goddammit. So it feels like you should save a bunch of these in case they get buffed in addition to trying to go for the ones you want. It's a really messed up system. This is why I kind of like the idea of like banking the drops you get. That might be a little overpowered or whatever, but like this farm is not good. And I don't think this is going to get significantly better with this update. They did say that they want the exotics to come from elsewhere besides the Pale Heart. So I don't know. Are they going to throw them in Nightfalls or whatever? I'm not sure. I guess maybe that could help, but we just have no idea when that's coming or if that's coming, and it's not going to be in this patch. So I don't think that's a great solution given all the feedback we've gotten. All right. Brave Arsenal weapon attunement is back. During Destiny 2 Into the Light, you could attune Brave Arsenal weapons in the Hall of Champions to improve a targeted weapons drop chance. They're introducing a new way to attune from Onslaught because they deleted the whole Shaxx thing. In Update 805, you can visit Zavala and the tower to access a new Onslaught attunement menu. From there, players can select a single Brave Arsenal weapon they'd like to attune to, increasing the drop chance by 60% in Onslaught. This is an increase from the 50% drop chance increase into the Light system provided. So, better. Okay. There's no cooldown or cost, so you can swap whatever you want. Selected weapon will remain attuned until you change it or deactivate the attunement. If you're chasing an elusive Brave Arsenal God roll, now is the time to jump in and try your luck. We'll be checking out your feedback, so let us know how the new system feels. Okay, I like, didn't even occur to me that went away. Like, I know the whole Shaxx arena went away, but like it didn't register to me that focusing wasn't there, so you're just randomly going for stuff. This certainly makes it better. I maintain they should not have gotten rid of the shiny weapons. I get that was a quote-unquote limited time thing to boost engagement, but not having shinies sort of killed my entire desire to keep playing this in any meaningful capacity. Even if it was just like for fun and, they weren't necessary compared to God rolls and you can enhance all the perks now and everything. So if it's not that big of a deal, put them back in. Like that was one of the best feelings in Destiny, was to get a shiny with also, 2, 3, 4 perks that you wanted. Like that was a great feeling, and now it's gone for no reason. So I've not touched Onslaught since, what's it called? Final Shape launched. And I don't even have like perfect rolls on everything, but I don't know. I don't have a desire to. All right. Destiny art shows. There are in-person Destiny art shows. That's cool. Bungie Foundation tournament is going on. Frog pin. I guess I can use this as a moment to talk about the story this week. Things are all over the place here, man. I feel like I'm just have to view this as like a comedy season because it's led by Failsafe, who is very funny, and Bungie can talk all they want about like the story getting dark and blah blah blah, but like Failsafe is definitely dominating the narrative here and being very funny. And then this week, when things are supposedly be getting more intense and darker, we had to go rescue a frog as a sample, and now Failsafe is keeping the frog, and we found bugs and stuff to feed it, and he named it Captain Jacobson. He's very cute. I I don't know. I feel like if you lean on the comedy of the season, it's better, because if you're trying to lean on like the Vex storyline and Saint and the Conductor, like none of that is working. I don't think. But I enjoy feeding frogs and things. So sure. Build of the week. Yeah, I like that they started doing this. This is pretty cool. I'm not going to watch this whole thing, but I've seen some really good ones in here, so I think this is a good idea for the TWAB, and I like that they're doing that. Cade Blooper. I'll watch that at a different time. Support, free strange coins, and they're giving 47 strange coins away because of a glitch. Known issues: a subset of players are unable to claim rewards or passages from Saint, or unable to receive post-game trials awards. Yeah, that's not great. Enigma Protocol and some battlegrounds do not grant progress toward the first step of Specimen ID Nesso 4 to open chests at the end of Echo's activities. On rare occasions, the witness cannot be killed in Salvation's raid after depleting itself, soft blocking the activity. They may need to return to orbit and relaunch to circumvent the soft block. Wow, that would be very frustrating. Havoc hardware is currently displayed as normal alongside normal hardware in the Crucible selection list. Havoc hardware is the second option at the bottom and can be identified by the Havoc rules modifier. The Battleground Echoes playlist does not feature commendations at the end of each battleground. Oh no! I was wondering where that was. No, just kidding. I was not wondering where that was at all. Only the Fireteam leader can purchase the monolithic memento in the Salvation's Edge raid after meeting the requirements. Launching into new battlegrounds features a long, bright white screen for spawning in. The flashbang. What? You don't like the flashbang? That's not intentional. The first encounter of Salvation's Ed raid does not grant progress to the Unified Front Triumph. It's the Fireteam made up. If the Fireteam, wow, typo, terrible. I never make typos. It made up entirely of warlocks. Suck at warlocks. Wait, I'm a warlock. Some art of the week, very cool. It must be such a nightmare to try and pick out art of the week when everyone's like doing AI stuff now. This is obviously not AI. This is very good, but man, that's happened I think at least twice now. That's tough. Okay, that's everything we have for this week. If you haven't met Captain Jacobson yet, make sure to pick up the Nesto 5 quest from Failsafe to bring our new friend on board. You'll also unlock weapon focusing for Baron Action and Corasion in the process. Yeah, so that was finally unlocked this week. Again, like, it's cool, the frog gave it to us, but there was no real reason to launch without that. We do not have Perfect Paradox yet. We are 8 weeks into the season, into Echoes. Given the idea that we're going into the Infinite Forest and doing stuff with Saint's body next time, I have to believe that's when we're going to pick up Perfect Paradox, like maybe his OG Perfect Paradox, and then we can, decide to focus legendary versions. Man, it would be so cool if they made like a legendary, unique version of Perfect Paradox for that quest. Just, I don't know, with some unique things. Guessing that's not happening. If it's data mine, don't tell me, but there's probably a 98% chance that's not happening. All right, we'll be back next week with a look at Solstice and a preview of the weapon and armor tuning updates in 8.05. Okay, so the main thing, besides all the Crucible things, is the exotic class item tuning rate. I don't think this is enough. I guess we'll see, but this does not seem like a meaningful increase that makes for farming for these worth it again, especially if the chest loop is just flat out bad now. Like, there was something almost relaxing about just surfing around doing the chest loop and getting them, X amount of runs or something, but now that's not going to be worth it at all, and you have to play Overthrow, which, yeah, you got to play the game to get the rewards, but like, unless those rates are huge, I don't think that's going to be compelling, and I don't think it will be. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.